Hi everyone. Uh, I just thought I'd make the video inside the hostel room just because it's a pretty nice room. I paid 12 euros for it. Well, I'll tell you more about that later, but I paid 12 euros for it tonight. And I'll just show you around just because it's so new, it's so beautiful. Anyways, I'll show you. So first you come in through this door, lovely door, and then you have like these three sinks, the mirror, so that would be perfect in the morning to like brush teeth and everything. And then, well, you have a toilet that includes a bidet. I mean, it's class. And then here's pretty cool that you have two showers, not just one. So that also might help tonight or tomorrow morning. And then you have the bed area. So bunk beds, and there's 4 pairs of bunk beds, and then 1 single bed over there. And this is me. I'm number 7, so there's my stuff all over the floor. And then there's my little cabin. And this is pretty cool. So yeah, sorry. Little cabin. And yeah, there's even a plug. Actually, 2. What is this? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But 1 plug at least, right next to the bed. So I don't have to like worry about people getting my phone. And yeah, I just thought I'd make the video here before anybody else gets here, because so far nobody's here. Or I guess I've met some people who are here, but they're not in the room at the moment. And tell you about my day. Easy day, cycling wise. So there we go. I'm just gonna be in the light. Yeah, I had 2 hours of cycling to do. So after going to Decathlon, in Decathlon I got something. So I got. They didn't have the small size canister I wanted for my natural gas, so I got the bigger one, but it'll last longer, I guess. And I got this, and it's to put on the bike, on the bar of the bike. And then it's great because so I put everything of importance to me, and then on the top you can put your phone, and just to like, yeah. So because what I've been struggling with is that every time I put my stuff in the back, and I'm now scared that it's gonna fall over, and so I keep checking, and sometimes I can't really check, so I like try to feel with my hand if it's still there, and a couple of times actually I've like swerved in the wrong direction, or yeah, so not great. But with this, not only it's gonna save me space in the back, because it's a bit tight at times, especially when I get food. But it should be, yeah, it's a lot easier because it's right under my nose. Like there's no way I can miss it. Yeah, and like my phone will be on it, so like there's no way I can leave without it. Like it'll be really obvious if I leave without it. So I'm really happy I got that, and I tried it out today and it was perfect. So yeah, today it was from Padoua to Venice, and it was easy. It was 2 hours. Mostly cycle roads, really easy. There was only like it got really foggy at some point, at some point, and then the fog didn't really lift. But more about that later. Because yeah, even when I went to Venice today, the fog was still there, and so it would, like, not great for pictures, but it is what it is. So I finally get here to the hostel, and I check in, and then there seems to be a problem. He's like, I hold on. No, there's nobody. I can't find you, and I'm like, oh, that's strange. He's like, okay, can you see your confirmation number? I give it to him. He's like, oh, you booked the room for yesterday. And so I guess because I booked 2 rooms at the same time, I booked the one from yesterday for Padoua and Venice at the same time, thinking like, okay, I need a place to stay in Venice. I can't just like camp around. And so I must have popped the same date twice, even though I really focused on not doing that, but I guess I must have by mistake. So yeah, so he's like, I can't reimburse you, and you're gonna have to pay for it again. But on the bright side, I guess it's only 12 euros. I think the one yesterday with a very unhospitable man was 20, whereas here it's 12, and it seems to be so much nicer. Oops, hold on. I'll have to put it really quickly to charge. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Quick, 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 quick. I have 30 seconds. Quick. Ah, there we go. Okay. That should make it easier. So I'll just be in my bed from now on. And so yeah, he said that yeah, it's 24 euros, so it's not that bad. But still. So I feel really bad. There we go. And what else? Oh, right, so once that was done, he's like, well, since you booked it for yesterday, you can move in right away. Like, you can put your stuff in the room right away. You already have a bed. So I did. I brought my stuff here, and then around 1:30, I went to Venice. And it was actually quite easy to get to Venice. The first part was a bit dodgy because it's the city. But then since Venice is an island, there's a long bridge. There's a cycle path on the side for pedestrians and bicycles. So it's just really easy to get to it. And there was nobody on it. I think I crossed like one or two joggers, but no bicycles. Or maybe one bicycle, but like nobody. So it was quite strange. But you can't use your bicycle in Venice. So I had to put it by the train station. And yeah, Venice is Venice, so there's so many people. It's really annoying because they're slow. A lot of them are slow, and since the streets are really narrow, you can't pass them. So you just get stuck behind them and have to wait and just walk slowly for a bit, which is not my strong point. So, but I did all the major things. So I did the Punto Rialto. I did the Piazza San Marco. I did the cathedral, the St. Mark Cathedral. I did the Palace of the Doges. I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah, where the Doge lived. And that was okay. And then I looked on internet. I was like, well, I'm here. I'm gonna look up Venice history. So I looked up Venice history, and then one of the links from there was like, oh, a different kind of tour of Venice. So I looked it up, and it was just like an itinerary to do. It was just along the shore of Venice. So I did, and it was really interesting. Like things, and it was kind of fun because it was things that tourists don't look at. So I'd be like looking at a really pretty bridge, and everybody else was looking at the bridge of sighs. I was like, yeah, it's there, but like this one's right here and nobody's looking at it. Or yeah, they happened quite a few times that people were just walking by, and I was like really interested in this house because John Cabot lived there with his father or his son. I'm not sure exactly which way it goes. But yeah, it was just very, very strange. But yeah, I think the part that made me that will keep with me, like the fact of the day, was that during World War II, for some reason, German soldiers were in Venice, and one of them, for some reason, fell in the water and drowned, and the Germans blamed it on the Venetians. They're like, no, it was an act of a volunteer act, like they did it. So they decided to like shoot 7 people. So they took 7 people from the jails and just shot them. And so the sort of quay that was named the Imperial Quay, they're like, that was the Mussolini's name for it. We're not going to do that. We're going to call it the name of the quay of the 7 martyrs. And it's not a quay, it's a plaza, or I don't know. So that was kind of like a sad fact, but I think it was really interesting. And from there, I tried. So there was also like this like modern art park, and yeah. Other than that, that was about it. And so from there, I was like, okay, well, I have time, and I kind of know where I need to go. And I was like pointing in the direction that I should go. And I was like, well, I'm just going to take the side streets instead of going back the same way I came. I came. I'm going to take the side streets, and it's going to be, I'll see different things. Great theory. But in practice, it's not happening. Like, there was so many little side streets that led nowhere, some bridges that like you get there, like you go past them, and then you're like, oh no, I need to go back. So you go back, and oh, I don't know. It's just a mess of little streets. And finally, I came to a part where I was like, I don't know where to go here anymore. Like I'm facing open water now. So I took out my phone, looked at Google Maps, and I'm not joking. I was at the exact opposite of where I needed to be. Like I could not have been further. Like if I had tried to run away from the train station, I this is where I would have been. So I was like, okay, well, it's getting a bit late. I'm just gonna look up the directions, and they made me pass by um, where I came from. So I'm guessing there's only maybe one big way, like to get from one to the other. So that's what I did. I went back to the Piazza San Marco, and then through the bridge of the Rialto, and then all the way back. Yeah, that's about it. And then the way back was normal. It was in the dark, but still really easy. No problems. No. And then came here. I cooked my pasta, and then while eating, I was about to start eating, and then I see that there's this person who's eating on her own, and I was like, well, I haven't really been social because it's a bike trip on my own, so I might need to be social. So I was like, okay, and I really took a long time to like, should I talk or should I not? I'm not sure. And I was like, okay, I'll go for it. Like I'll see. And then I asked her like, oh, do you want to eat alone or would you mind some company? And she's like, no, I'm okay with company. So I sat and we talked. She's from New York. Yeah, she's here for there's apparently a big contemporary art exhibition in Venice. Where I saw some posters, but I didn't really mind pay attention. So yeah, she's there for here for that. She's never been to Venice before. So now we had a big. We had a conversation about like New York and Venice and France and things like that. So that was quite interesting. But other than that, that's about it. Oh right, but then while leaving, she mentioned she's like, oh yeah, well tomorrow's gonna rain, so it's not gonna be great for going to Venice. No, still not me. And so I was just like, oh, really? It's raining? Oh no. And so what I'm thinking of, it might change, but I'm thinking I still need like I wouldn't mind a rest day. And so if tomorrow it's raining, I don't want to bike in the rain at this point. Like especially knowing that this place is nice, it's clean, it's not that expensive. I wouldn't mind maybe spending one more night here and then going. But if it's nice out, then I'll just go. So that's what I'm thinking right now. But again, that might change by tomorrow. Also, I haven't shaved in a while, and so yeah, it's getting pretty long, and it's getting really annoying, especially with gelato because then gelato gets everywhere in it, and I look like a 6-year old with the gelato mustache. But yeah, that's about it for me. All right, have a good night.